You know what's wrong information? The fact that I had to seek therapy to get medicine for my disability. That mental institution gave me the wrong kind of pills, and I had bad reactions from pills. If they're giving out pills for medication, it's supposed to heal your body. They're supposed to be certified people that have knowledge like doctors on what specific prescriptions to give me. They gave me the wrong kind of pills. Lawyers aren't helping me out with the case. The only thing that's worked is going to see a doctor. Taking my medication works better, but it doesn't get rid of the money problems in the world. It only gets rid of the disease that's apparently in me from a disability that I got from when I had my appendix out since I was 7 years old. It gave me a crooked finger that I have a body injury that locks up and I move around like teleportation. That's a dumb terminology for our generation, but for doctors and smart people, they have other terminology. So they already know about all these drugs that are supposed to be legal that they're holding back from the public. They're holding back our money, our medicine, our jobs, our cars, our friendships. People are all making bad moves. I'm doing positive deeds out here, and I'm the one disowned. So you can't be bad out here. You get disowned for being bad. So the world's just never doing their research. But they have the same medicine that they give out for pills. They have it for weed, too. It's all kinds of descriptions. There's like 10 to 100 different brands of weed that's out there. And it only takes a year to grow marijuana, not decades that they've been doing to people. Could be even considered bone cancer that's in me. Now, bone cancer is also a disability, which is automatic for getting medicated. That's how it was in California. It's legal in California. Same evidence that made it legal in California means the rest of the 50 states already have the same legalization rights. They're just hiding more information and making themselves all accessories. The real evil deeds that's been going around for centuries has been doing each other positively. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Even with minors, 20 years ago when I was minors, all the classes sold weed at minors. We didn't have to rely on dipping out to adults for safety reasons or backup plans. All their excuses is useless. It's more comments and actions that they're doing that they can't even blame the president for, because everybody's the ones that's not creating equality. So you might need to see yourself some therapy like I did and start realizing what I'm standing for is positive things. And everybody deserves these blessings, not just a select few. They're wrong about everything in the world. Faith, magic, witchcraft is the one that destroyed the country back in 1800s, and yet they're committing the same deeds here in 2020. The Illuminati doesn't exist. There's no such things as all that shit they're talking about. And in order for them to have the military intelligence, and I don't even have military intelligence, then people should check themselves into the doctors to prove that they're not reptilians. Funny, I had no problem doing it, and I didn't come up with any of that stuff in my DNA. So, sucks, doesn't it? Life sucks. Too bad. Life's going to always come back in positive deeds regardless, even when I'm doing it illegally. And they call our generation the pussies for this, when they're the ones that are doing all the bad deeds. Framing each other, getting each other in trouble. Nowadays, you can't even go to jail for a woman because they don't give a shit. Whether it's accident or not, it's the point behind the actions. People expect everybody to be either good or bad when everything is unselfish. For me it is, but people don't act unselfish. They do bad things on purpose, thinking it's cool or serving the devil. Well, the devil don't even give people what they hate. There's been lies told about the devil and God. It's funny how they both been separated for millions of years from each other already, since it's 2024 on the lowest. That's going to be already late by the next year before anybody even takes public notice to what already is public notice. So it sucks. Why do you think I call everything I've been to in my life for Foggy Hills? It's not protected. It's just because I say it's protected, but I was the one creating protection. Well, all these YouTubes, you got all these pictures and tracking of people's locations, so you already have the information to create laws on YouTube to keep the separation from minors and adults. Pedophiles have been around before 2020. Sorry, it even shows it in history. You can find out about it from Caesar and all those kings that were in overseas. You don't hear much history about America except for World War II. They even covered up on, they destroyed all the heroes that served our country. So being bad doesn't get you anywhere. Being good doesn't get you anywhere. So what do they want from the people to do in the public? What is the only resolutions we have? Kicking us out and moving us around doesn't work anymore. Because you have the deeds, you have printing press, so it never runs out of money. A machine that creates money, all you do is slip a $100 bill in it, and it makes 1,000 copies off of one bill. That's been around since before 1847. Now, isn't that funny? And oh, by the way, for the news on Pope Francis, you're an accessory and you're from a Roman Catholic? But yet you can get stripped of your Roman Catholic and you're no longer the Pope, because when you're out there committing evil deeds, like you're ruining the country, that means you can get stripped of your medals just like all the police out there can. So now you're no longer our Pope. I guess we're going to have to vote for a new Pope. One that doesn't cheat with lesbians, one don't cheat and touch kids. You know, like the real generation. People that have a hard enough time even asking out a single person. That's my generation. And all those people out there bragging how much they got 10 different girls' phone numbers on their numbers, then that's already more proof on why you don't need to steal girls from other people. You already have girls. You already have people in your life that you probably already mistreated. So using any type of attack methods against me is as old as what they've done centuries ago. It's already over. World War III, I already killed all your attempts with all the information in one day, and I'm not even a military person. Isn't that funny? Coincidental? Or people just not doing their research on all topics. I seem to do my research on every topic, even when I'm talking normally, like I am right now. Doesn't seem to stress everybody else out, only the ones that are causing trouble. They just think it can pass through each generation, saying our generation is the last generation. No, they need to seek therapy because that's suicidal talk. And when people kill each other, why do you think the highest thing in the world is suicide rate? All the shootings at school, the guns had to come from either the parents or the dark web. They all have tracking on either one of them. So you can't walk up to a bank and say, hi, yeah, I sell kids for a living and I'm a pedophile and all that shit. The bank's going to call the police on you and you're not going to get grants to owning your own company and making it $1 billion business. YouTube is not even $1 billion business because they got degrees. Well, then they should already have the information and laws on separating the age limit between minors and adults. When you look at somebody's channel, you see the description of the channel and the artist's nickname. You don't get any personal information because the artist is already creating respect. The generation, just like myself, is creating respect. I don't have to give a shit because we're disowned because we create respect. It's the people that got to live with their actions as much as positive people do. But positive people are doing the things right, and we don't care when we don't have money. So when you give us money, we have the same goals as they say when the high wears off. So go ahead and blame the bad apples. Go ahead and cry over it. Maybe life shouldn't have been so fake. But saying what happened and saying all this generation is mad because they've been a part of slavery, first of all, none of us was even born during slavery. So you're already giving each other wrong information. It's cool to feel sad for the generation. We all do. But people take advantage of people when you show sympathy. So it kind of makes it hard to even show sympathy nowadays. So you really shouldn't disown people that create respect, because it's obvious the hatred comes from outside of my table. Oh, well, I could take enough medicine and you could make me take enough medicine to heal my scars and wounds, but it doesn't heal or take back what everybody else has done on the planet. Every single 100 problems I've already suggested, they're all connected. And all these people that are out here have all the intelligence. The power is in everybody. Power is in humanity. Humanity is the killer. And you want to talk about all this stuff with stuff from Area 51, they probably let them go just as much as they do the immigrants. And they're going to turn on the immigrants just as much as they already are on the Americans. I've already proven you have enough evidence to get all these corruption people in trouble just with food stamps alone. You have to have an address to have food stamps. Why did the corrupt government do their research and give them all this free money and free food stamps and free homing when we don't even have the money to build houses for homeless shelters, yet you send soldiers over there to get their college grants building buildings for the homeless? Now, this is information that happened 10 years ago. So you already have enough information, all these people. You can even send them to jail without even having the money. You could do it for free. Who cares about money? Corrupt only care about money. They say it's the evilest deed in the world is money. Well, then why is it limited? Evil is unlimited. Sorry, that's the bottom line. And it's not because Stone Cold said so. You might want to laugh while you're out there stressing out. You know, you might, if you stand by this same stuff that I do, you might make a friend. You might get a girl that you thought you lost, but you might get her back. Welcome to the suicide society of living in positive deeds, where you're rewarded here in the country for your positive deeds. Those are not illusions. Those are everything in the physical realm. Just like what happened with Jesus when he cured a blind man, and the Pharisees never said anything about him using witchcraft like they do here in 2020. They never put him on the cross for that, and he never said he was God. He said he was Son of God. Unlike Zeus, who said he was a god, which is blasphemy, and nobody said anything in the public. Just because everybody else is afraid to say something doesn't mean I'm not afraid. Intimidation is boring. There's nothing that hurts more people and causes more death than magic. Throwing fireballs at people or energy ball hurts more than bullets do. When you get hit with a taser, it hurts more than a bullet does. Electricity is built with 40,000 volts or 100,000 of volts, while bullets are only not even close to 100. So go ahead and keep threatening people with bullets and knives. Hell, they allow people to buy knives from fucking Walmart, and you're complaining about the gun bans. You don't even speak about anything on the news about knives. Isn't that coincidental? Or are you picking and choosing how to win your battles instead of the bigger picture? Just like you do when you stop at a stop sign, you choose your own thoughts on how to stop. If you don't stop, you smack your car and lose your jobs and lose your chance to party all again. Come on, society. Are we getting smarter or dumber? Because as I get older, my problems are reversed. I get smarter when I get older. That's a part of my curse. I don't get dumber as I get older. That's my dumb half is being my smart half. That's my higher self as my lower standards. And everything I just repeated seems to be fine and sold for billions if it attach a beat to it. So have fun, society. I wish everybody the best of luck, but I'm not having any luck. So apparently, if they can, sign people to be the president, Why the hell can't I be close to high anarchy like the presidents are, The votes are all in the people. Like, I had a choice in the matter to being a star because of all this stuff. Like, I had a choice in the matter. Seriously, world, get fucking a clue. If you can't take positive advice from me, how are you supposed to take all this positive advice from everybody else? How are you supposed to pick up girls without being positive? How are all these girls supposed to pick up dudes if you're not positive? It works both ways. You can't just nitpick about every little thing. The actions you do to people don't change. No matter how many times you change your stories, actions speak louder than words. It'll always be that way the centuries before us and the centuries after us. Darn the luck.